So hi friends, so in this lecture we'll be discussing about a problem in losses in pipes. So we know that we've been discussing the losses in pipes in few chapters earlier, but here we're going to discuss the total major losses as well as minor losses in a pipe flow in a single problem. That will give you a clear video, clear idea on what we've been discussing so far, right? So let's go into the problem. So here we have an horizontal pipeline 40-meter long is connected to a water tank at one end and discharges freely into the atmosphere at the other end. So we have a water tank, so a pipeline 40-meter long, so the total pipeline is 40-meter long, is connected to a water tank at one end. So one end it is connected to water tank and discharges freely into atmosphere. So other end of the pipe is left or open free to atmosphere, so that from the water tank the water flows on outside to the atmosphere. For the first 25 meter of its length from tank, the pipe is 150 mm in diameter. So for first 25 meter of length, the diameter is 150 mm and its diameter is suddenly enlarged to 300 mm. So from here the pipe is enlarged to 300 mm. The height of water level in tank is 8 meter above the center of a pipe. So from the axis of a pipe, it's a horizontal pipeline. Okay, so from the axis of a pipe, the water level in a tank is 8 meter above the center of a pipe. So considering all losses of head which occur, so you're going to consider all losses of head which occurs and determine the rate of flow. You're going to find the discharge. Take F equals to, which is coefficient of friction, 0.1 for both section of pipes. So for both section of pipes, the coefficient of friction remains the same. So these are given data. So total length is 40 meter. First pipe will be 25 meter. So the second pipe length will be equal to 40 minus 25, 15 meter length. So diameter of first pipe is 150 mm. So we're going to convert in terms of meters. So divided by 1000. So 0.15 meter. Diameter of second pipe is 300 mm. So 0.3 meter. So height of water is 8 meter. Coefficient of friction is 0.01. So by applying the Bernoulli's equation, okay, so we'll be able to find what are the other losses. Okay, so based on the velocity and everything, we can able to find the discharge. So P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 will be equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2 will be equal to plus all losses. So it means minor and major losses. So it is a water tank, so the pressure will not be which will be equal to the atmospheric pressure. There won't be any pressure, so is equal to 0 plus the water is being stored in the tank, so doesn't have any velocity, so velocity will be also equal to 0, and the datum alone is 8 meter, so it is potential head, so 8 meter. So plus P2 by rho g is unknown, V2 square by 2g is also unknown, we need to find out, plus 0, because here we have the datum which is equal to the reference line, so Z2 will be equal to 0, so all losses. So this equation simplifies, so 8 will be equal to 0 plus V2 square by 2g plus all head losses. Why here it's 0? That's the pressure is open to the atmosphere, so at the end of discharge, so it is open to atmosphere, so pressure will be equal to atmospheric pressure at both sections, so that's why it gets cancelled, so it doesn't have any change in pressures. So 8 will be equal to V2 square by 2g plus all head losses. What are the head losses here? We're going to discuss. So from a tank, the water enters to the pipe, so head loss due to inlet, then the water flows throughout the pipe connection, so head loss due to friction, you will have some frictional loss. From the smaller pipe, it enlarges suddenly to the larger pipe, so there will be head loss due to sudden expansion. Then the water flows throughout this pipe, so where we will have head loss due to friction. So right, so that's why we have got the total losses. So we have already discussed these formulas. So H1 will be head loss due to entrance or inlet, so HI, which is equal to 0.5 V1 square by 2g. head loss due to friction from RC, we know 4F LV square by 2 GT. So here we have for section 1 and for pipe 2. So length is different, velocity is different, diameter is different, everything remains the same. Right? So head loss due to sudden enlargement V1 minus V2 whole square by 2G. So the data which we are known will be frictional factor is known, or coefficient of friction, length, diameter is known. We have to know the velocity V1 and V2 which is unknown, so we can only find them. So to find out, we know from the continuity equation, which is A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. So V1 will be equal to A2 V2 by A1. So the diameter of both pipes are known, so we will get the value which is equal to V1 will be equal to 4 times V2. Okay, so it probably is, of course, because the velocity, the pipe diameter is smaller than the pipe diameter, the diameter of pipe is greater in section 2. So we'll have this difference. So substituting the value of V1 in the different head losses, so we have these formulas, right? So instead of V1, we're going to substitute for V2 in all the head losses. So we'll be able to simplify it. Everything will be in terms of V2. So 0.5 V1 instead of V1, we're going to substitute 4 V2 square, 4 V2. So it's 8, 16, so 16 into 0.5. 8 V2 square by 2G. So similarly, we're going to substitute for F value we know 0.01. It's a coefficient of friction. L is the length of the pipe for the first length, so 25 meters into V1 square. So instead of V1, we have 4 V2. Okay, so substituting and simplifying, we'll get 106.67 V2 square by 2G. So head loss due to friction, V1 minus V2 the whole square. So 4 V2 minus V2 the whole square. So we get 9 V2 square by 2G. Due to friction in pipe 2, so we have V2, so we will have to substitute, it doesn't matter. So that will be equal to 2 V2 square by 2G. So substituting the values of all these head losses in this equation, so we will be able to find what is the velocities. So 8 will be equal to V2 square by 2G plus 8 V2 square by 2G plus 106 V2 square by 2G plus 9 V2 square by 2G plus 2 V2 square by 2G. So when you substitute all those things, simplify. Okay, so because everything will be in terms of V2, so 8 will be equal to some values of V2 square. That is equal to 8 will be equal to 126.67 V2 square. Okay, so if you simplify that, V2 will be equal to square root of, I'm going to take this to the other side, so square root of 8 into 2G by 126.67. G is acceleration due to gravity, 9.81. So if we put and simplify, the V2 will be equal to 1.113 meter per second. So if V2 is known, so the rate of flow, the discharge will be equal to area into velocity. So because we know that discharge remains the same for throughout the pipes, even the diameter also changes, doesn't matter, right? So that's what the continuity equation actually defines you. So Q will be equal to A2 into V2, or it will be equal to A1 into V1. It doesn't matter whichever it is, the discharge remains the same. So V2 is known, or if you want to go with V1 also, V1 will be equal to 4 times of V2. Okay, so into 4 you will get V1 value, so you can use this formula. So Q will be equal to A to V2. So by substituting this value, we can able to get 0.078 meter cube per second. So into 1000, we can get 78.67 liters per second. Okay, so ultimately we've been asked to find, considering all the head losses which occur, determine the rate of flow. So the rate of flow is determined, which is 78 liters per second will be discharged from this pipe. Okay, so how it is being discharged? Because of the potential head, which is 8 meters. So due to this potential head, from the tank, the water is been converted to kinetic energy, and due to this energy, the water is been discharged per second of 78 liters. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. So hope you have got some idea about the different losses in a pipe. Okay, so even if you have substituting another pipe, so for reduction in area, we have to consider the third one. So head loss due to sudden contraction and head loss due to friction in pipe 3. Okay, so all this consideration you have to keep expanding. If you have another tank, so the pressure will be same. Okay, so again we'll have some datum at section 1, datum will be at section 2. Okay, so there are n numbers of problems on your textbook. You can go through them and have a clear idea. Thank you very much, guys.